Hey guys, I got a suggestion for a video finally, like I've been asking you guys to give me. Um, Somebody told me that they wanted more credit information, like information about how I am working on building my credit actively. Besides just the tips that I gave in the last video, um, they just wanted more help and guidance, I guess, with their journey of building credit. And I was told that they started applying for their first credit cards and stuff. So I'm here with some tips that I wrote down for the stuff that I was doing last year when I was just starting my credit thing. I'm only 19, so I only have 1 year's worth of credit. Um, but so far, so good. I was able to get my car on my own with just my credit score and income alone. So the tips that I have, I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I would say I'm a lot better off than other people my age. I'm just chilling in the car waiting for this place to open. So yeah. Um, the first thing I wrote down was in my last video I discussed Self-Lender, and if you haven't seen it, it's just basically a certificate of deposit that you can open and you pay monthly, and then however long your term is, you get your money back. I started it last January and I'm doing it for 2 years so that I can when for my 21st birthday, I will get that money. It's kind of like a gift to myself sort of a situation, but I think it works out that way because I only pay $25 a month, and then I'll have over $500 then. And I'm trying to like plan a trip for myself and stuff, so that money is really gonna come in handy at that point. So I highly suggest it. I know my mom does $50 a month. They have, I think 25 is the smallest right now, but 25 a month is honestly not bad. It's like a cheaper bill than all the rest of my bills. So if you just budget it into your bills, honestly, you'll be fine. I said that right now I'm actually trying to get a second credit card to use just for something small that's a reoccurring payment, like my Apple Music bill. I haven't been applying for cards because I was like working on this auto loan situation. So it's, a lot of people looking at your credit at one time is not good. So whenever you know you want to do something that people are going to be checking your credit, make sure that you spread it out. Don't do it all at once. It's okay to shop around for cards and to shop around for other loans and stuff. But do know that they do check your credit. So if you want to check out 5 different things, don't all do it in 1 month. Spread it out. Make sure that, you give yourself time for your credit to come back. So I would suggest getting a credit card that you only use for small things and then pay it off immediately, because the longer that you have a bill, the more interest that you're paying. So if you just put like the student Apple Music is $5, $5 a month goes on that card, you pay it off immediately. Honestly, your credit will be really good, as long as your other cards or any other credit things that you're doing, as long as you're making your payments and stuff like that. Your utilization is a huge part of your credit being good and like staying good, maintaining it. Just because if you use your card everywhere you go and then you only pay the minimum balance, it's just, honestly, it's not a good idea to get even into that habit in the first place. But if you need to use your card like for an emergency or something, go ahead and use it. Just really try your hardest to pay that money back in a timely manner, just so that you don't have to pay all this interest. Which brings me to my biggest point of making sure that before you even get a card, before you get a student loan, an auto loan, any of that, make sure that your interest rate is not too high. Now, that being said, your interest rate does depend on your credit for the most part. We were trying to shop around for this car, and I really, really, really did not want an interest rate that was like 10-15 range. The average interest rate is like a 6% or something. But being that, like I said, I only have a year's worth of credit, they check into how long you've had your credit for, if you've ever missed any payments, all of that types of stuff. So, although I've never missed any payments, they do check and see, like, okay, she only has had credit for a year, so even though her credit has been good for a year, it hasn't been that long. So it's like a trust thing. But make sure that you are really checking into that. My first credit card, which is from Discover, I'm not really certain of the interest rate, but I pay more than my bill every month, like whatever the minimum balance is. I try to put 5 or 10 more over that, so that I can pay it down a lot faster. And if I ever get any extra money, like around the holidays or something, I pay more, just to try to keep the balance a lot lower. But I have a Kohl's card that I just finished paying off last month, and I'm not going to use it until like Black Friday, like holiday season. So, and that's when I actually got it last year. So I basically paid off my entire balance in less than a year. I mean, with Kohl's card, at least for me, I only have a $300 limit, so it's 3 or 5, one of those. It's really not a lot of money to be spending at one time, so I was able to, spend what I needed to spend and pay it off. I think when I had monthly payments, they were only asking for like $27 a month, but I was doing like $35 a month so that I could try to get it down faster. And then my last payment was like $60 or something. They were trying to get me to split that into 2 payments, but that's how they keep interest on you, by keeping you with them, like keeping your balances up. But I was like, no, I'm just going to go ahead and pay this off now so that when I get ready to spend my money later, I can. And I really do recommend the Discover student cards, like if it's your first card, because they give you that chance to start building your credit. I know a lot of cards will deny you because you don't have credit history. Like Chase, I do not recommend even applying for it because it's really just a waste. Chase is really not going to give you, they're really not going to give you anything in my experiences. And that was when I already had a Discover card. I had my Discover card for 6 months and was paying everything, and they were like, nope, your credit score is 6. I don't even remember what it was. But we can't give it to you because you don't have a long enough history. So unless you're like, you've been building your credit since you were 18 and you're like 21 plus, 25 plus, I really wouldn't suggest it, because they're just going to look at your score, and that's going to be a ding to your credit. Every time somebody checks your score, it's a ding to your credit. So don't go applying everywhere and then getting upset because you have all these dings to your credit. Just do your research on student cards if you are a student. And then I applied for mine when I was in high school, so I still have mine. I mean, at a certain point, they're going to make you like get an actual adult card, but for now, the Discover card is good. They don't make you pay for it or anything. All you have to do is apply. They, check everything, send you your card, and you get $500. That's your limit. I'm sure it increases over time. They also have like a good student thing where if you put your, if you send them your transcript and your grades, and it's, I believe, a 3.0 or higher, you get $20 or $25, something like that. And you get the cashback bonus. Like, I know they've had a bunch of commercials about it, which that is whatever you spent on all of your cashback offers for the year, they will match that. If you spent $100, they will give you an extra $100. I only spent like $27, $30, like just a little bit under $30, so I got that extra money back. But the thing about cashback bonus is that you have to spend your card in these places in order to get the cash back, and then after 1 year they give you the bonus. So you really will have to be spending $100 of your card, like of money off your card, at these cash back places, and then they will give you that extra money. So I mean, it's a really good program because I mean, you've already spent the money anyway, so they're just giving you free money basically. But you do have to think about the fact that now I have to spend my card extra places, which, like I said, brings your utilization up. And I mean, if you're really, really on top of your payments and stuff, that's fine. But if you're like trying to slowly pay your card down, like say you work or whatever and you have other bills, you can't afford to pay your entire balance off at one time. And the cash back is not like a lot of money at one time. Like, I think I got cash back from they do different places, like different restaurants. I know like they have some Panera on there, Five Guys is on there a lot, and it's like 10% cash back or 5% cash back. So just keep in mind, like, if you go to like Five Guys and you spend $80 on like 2 burgers because their stuff is expensive, you're only probably gonna get like $8 back of your cash back money or anything. So think about that too before you start running up the cash back deals, because you'll get your money back, but at a cost, because if your interest rate is whatever it is and you're still paying your payments, you're gonna end up paying for that anyways. The money that they're giving you, you've basically already paid if you really think about it. I already spoke about paying higher than the minimum due, which is something that I do for all of my cards. If my Discover bill is normally $35, I usually pay $40, $45, or $50, just depending on how much extra money I have to spare that month. But I really do recommend it, because if you just get into the habit of paying that minimum balance, once you get your balance a lot lower, they're going to start lowering your payments so that you can keep on paying and keep on paying. And it's just stupid. Like earlier with my Kohl's card, my payments used to be like $30 or so. And then I started paying it, and then they went down to 25, and then they tried to go down to 27, and then they try to go down to 25, and I'm like, I'm not going to keep lowering it. Whatever it is, I'm going to pay this monthly, and you're not going to get any more money from me, because I'm not going to keep paying interest on stuff, especially stuff from an entire year ago, because I really ran up my card last Black Friday, but I was paying it off very, very well. So I like using my credit cards to buy stuff that, especially at Kohl's, like I know you get some kind of like little discount. I recently opened up a Target Red card just because I work at Target, so in order to use your Target discount, you either have to use cash or your Red card, and I don't walk around here with cash on me like that, so that's why I had to open up a Red card, because I'm really not going to keep remembering to take cash out just so I can go to work and buy stuff, like, on my breaks. Like, that's really a waste of my time. But it worked out anyways, because I can put it on my phone, so now I don't have to, like, clock out and go get my wallet and then go buy something. I could just walk right over there with my phone and scan it off the Target app. So, it worked out in the end. But I have been working on paying that card down, because it's only a $300 limit on that. And $300 at Target, honestly, that's really not a lot of stuff. So I'm working on that, but it will happen soon. Setting a goal for yourself is honestly like a really good tip, because whatever goal you set for yourself, you're going to be paying attention to it, and then you're going to be able to like act accordingly. My biggest goal right now for myself, it is about to be October next week, but I am still trying to get my score to 700 before my birthday, which is New Year's Day. So right now my score is a 685, but like I said, these car places have been checking my credit score for the past like few weeks. So after this month, after the end of September, when I check my October credit score, it should be better, because this had too many dings to my credit, I'm sure, but it's fine. It'll get up there. But honestly, sometimes you can see your score. I check my FICO credit score through the Discover app. So sometimes you can see like your score will go up 30 points one time, or 20 points another time. One time my score went up 45 whole points in just a month. So if you're really doing good, you're really about your bills and stuff, sometimes your score can jump up. Like next month I could have a 700 score, I hope. But I don't think it should be a challenge. But just set a goal for yourself. If it's your first time getting your card, like your card just got in the mail, don't act a fool. Just put something small on it, or only use it for emergencies. Like either one of those. If you're gonna put something small on it, make sure that you pay that regularly, and make sure that you pay more than what is owed, and that you pay early. Don't pay super late. Don't get into the late fees and stuff, because that starts making you look like you don't pay your bills, and that affects your credit greatly. Anything else that I write? Well, I basically talked about everything I wrote down, but I would say definitely make yourself a budget. And if you have a credit card right now, or if you're applying for a credit card, just think about whatever your monthly payment is, or if you don't even know what your monthly payment is going to be yet because you're applying for cards, just try to have $30 or more in your budget to monthly pay for your credit card bills if you're going to be spending it regularly. If it's just an emergency card, then it's fine, but do keep in mind that you need a small amount of savings in case an emergency does pop off. You don't have to rush right away to use your credit card. I'm trying to build my savings back up because I did use most of my savings, basically all of it, on this car, but we're going to get back there, so it's fine. But definitely have a small amount of money for emergencies. They really recommend for people to have like $500 if you're our age, in my age range, like college age. But $500 just to be sitting on the side is kind of a lot, so just do what you can do. And then, like I said, if you're using your card for emergencies, really pay attention to the interest rate and really pay attention to your bills so that you don't get off track. But that's all that I have for you today. I'm going to be making some other videos, some other tip things. I have written down some like apartment stuff that people have asked me about, but I literally have just not had time to film. So doing it when I can, which is usually when I'm waiting for class or something. So I'll talk to you guys later, but hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching. Bye.